Kicking off through the weekend vibes. Fins talk, we going live. Bobby fans and fish tank Hank. Miami Dolphins, we got your back. Saturday noon is the place to be. Catching Dolphins talking fantasy. From the field to the fan debate. Fins talk today, don't be late. Fins up, we ride until the end. With Bobby and Hank, they're your best friends. Podcast popping every week, no delay. Join the crew, Fins talk today. Live chatting, stats so prime. Miami hustle all the time. News and views will pave the way. Dive on in, it's Fins talk today. Top plays and what went wrong. Breaking down each game so strong. Fans united, feel the beat. Fins talk, family can't be beat. Fins up, we ride until the end. With Bobby and Hank, they're your best friends. Podcast popping every week, no delay. Join the crew, Fins talk today. Fins up, we ride until the end. With Bobby
and Hank, they're your best. Oh, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're at. Welcome to another edition of Fins Talk today here on FTSN. I'm Bobby Fins Talk, joined by the man, the myth, the legend, Fish Tank Hank. Fish Tank, it's game day, my man. Week 2 of the preseason. How we feeling?
You know, Bobby, now that I'm here with you, I'm feeling fabtabulous, my brother. You are the man, the myth, the legend. Well, at least right after me, anyway.
There you go. There you go. Man, I am so excited. Missed you last week. For week 1, you know, because the Dolphins played on Sunday. So I actually shout out to Adrian of the Rainy Day podcast. He was here and he gave you a lot of props. And of course we did. We missed you. So shout out to Adrian for coming in and being able to be a guest co-host there for us. But yeah, I'm happy.
I really appreciate Adrian coming in and taking care of us like that. You know, I caught a little bit of the clip. I was wondering who came in, you know. But no, I'm back home now. It's quiet here. It's peaceful. I could jam out, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I don't know. I think today is better than it was last week.
Yeah, and that's what counts. It's a new day, a fresh start. And you know, and that's how I feel, you know. It's just like this week, you know, everybody, we got some reports out of training camp. Hey, the Dolphins joint practice with the Lions. The Lions smacked the Dolphins and it was embarrassing and it was a big thing. And oh my God, the world, it's over. It's all ending. Yeah. And then the next day, Miami does pretty damn good. And we're like, oh, it's so good again. You know, it's a new day, guys. Let it ride out. Let it flow. It's preseason. It's practice. When I was reading Fish Tank, the Armageddon tweets from our fellow beloved Dolphin fans about the end of the world for the Dolphins this season. When I'm reading that, I kept saying to myself, it's practice. I was thinking about Allen Iverson. You know, when Allen Iverson back in the day, he was like, it's practice. We're talking about practice. Not the game. Not the game. Practice. So, not saying it shouldn't matter. It should, but it's practice. Today will be a big deal. It is preseason. It's not going to count on your record book, but this should matter today. So, Fish Tank, let me ask. I know you were busy last week. You had a lot of stuff going on. However, did you get to catch any of the game? And I just get your thoughts on that, man.
You know, since last week, and even during last week, you know, the Dolphins, you know, they've had significant challenges, you know, since their last game, you know, with injuries and things like that. And I think they're going to have, you know, their joint practice, they've been showing suggests resilience and the potential to come back around for this preseason game. So I think I like the direction we're going. The only thing, you know, which you and I touched on very briefly is our backups. Our backups. And, every time one of our players has a little bump or something like that, out for a week or so to just kind of chill out, Um, yeah, they've picked up a couple more bumps, and I think that's going to be great. Fins up, everybody! I see Bobby
Yeah, just
throwing
shouting out, seeing
signals.
everybody come on in here, doing my little sign. There's Adrian of the Rainy Day Podcast. Shout out to Adrian who came in and tagged in for Fish Tank last week to sit in on Fitz Talk today. He was awesome. We appreciate Adrian. Russ Morgan, our resident Jets and Celtics fan and Yankees fan there. Pop it in. Look good. You play good. Deion Sanders and the Dolphins don't look good. So, whatever. There he is. There's your resident Jets fan hating. That's all right. That's all right.
Hey,
But
they don't have nothing else to do except hate others. So,
but
it's not
no.
like they're going to play a game.
Yeah, that's right. Or win. The just not really.
All right, let's stop beating up Jets fans.
I know. But no. So last week, first of all, there was a lot in regards to the game. There were some concerning things, but it's only the first game. It's preseason. Let's the guys that look good. Devon Achane looked midseason form. He looked really good. Shifty, diligent, patient, hitting the holes. What's up, Mike? Michael Brown, Mike the Hebrew Hammer in the house. Love to see you. What's up, my brother? Finn Stanza, just coming out of.
Hi, we got everybody coming in today,
Yeah.
Bobby. What'd you do? Did you piss everybody off?
Hey, I'm good at that. But Fitzstanza just came from Puerto Rico, saw Sammy, so that was pretty cool. Hammer time.
Yeah,
What's up, my bro?
I saw a post on that. That was really cool. I saw Evan and Sammy in Puerto Rico.
That was really neat, man. They FaceTimed me. I was like, whoa, it's like, look at that. That was pretty cool. But so Devon Achane, I loved what I saw from him. Tua looked really good, smart, big, but that's okay. What I was really interested was seeing the younger guys, the backups, and the so forth. Starting O-line, not too bad. Liked what I saw. Backup O-line, yikes. Jalen Wright, not so good. Jalen Wright, I'm very excited about Jalen Wright this year in his second year, but I didn't like what I saw too much. I think he needs to. That was for last week. I want to see this week. I want to see a little more patience. I want to see some decisive runs. I want to see some smarter runs. Ollie Gordon, hey, whoa! I love what I saw from Ollie Gordon. You know how I feel about Ollie Gordon, Fish
Hey,
Tank.
you know what I told you too.
Yeah.
I mean, we both were in on him.
So
the fact that we got him so late was a miracle.
That's right. And I did like what I saw from him. And what sucks is that Mattinson, who was pushing Ollie Gordon and pushing for a spot and making some noise in camp, is out for the foreseeable future. So after a scary head injury, so thank God he's okay, but that sucks. But he's gone, and Miami goes and signs a couple of running backs, probably just camp bodies. There were other guys they could have done, but they got a couple camp bodies, and we'll see how those guys do today. But from Zach Wilson, we saw what we expected to see. I don't think it was, it wasn't super bad. I know some people were like, "Oh, it's horrible." No, I saw some, as the game got on, it looked better. I didn't feel discouraged like I did last year with the backup situation. And Quinn Ewers, again, he's had a solid camp. Did not have a solid week one in preseason, but again, he's a rookie. Sometimes it gets in your head. So we'll see how it looks week 2. So Fish Tank, as we get into week 2 here, we're about 40 minutes away, 39 minutes away from week 2 of preseason with the Lions. How are we feeling, man? What are you looking forward to with this game? Do you really want to see much of the starters, or would you rather see some of the backups, the rookies?
We're not going to see a lot of the action. I want to call them action starters, name starters, big names for our team. I don't think we're going to see a lot from them today. I know we all know that. But like you, I want to see what's going on with the running game. I want to see, they bounce back during their practice. Um, there's a lot of optimism right now. Um, the team's depth and fight through concerns about lingering injuries and all that stuff. I mean, those are the things that are giving me, a few pauses here and there. And I want to see what our folks can do that we brought on board, whether that be the rookies or the vets, anybody we brought in. I want to see. We got to find rhythm. That's one thing we're missing on offense. We got to find some rhythm. Um, you know, two in the receivers. Um, they might come out and do a quick drive or two. And see how their efficiency's going. Defensive resilience, that's our big question right now, is of course. I want to see what our secondary players, especially the cornerback, I want to see what they're ready or what they're not ready for. And I think the Dolphins are going to enter today's game with momentum from their strong joint practice, but they face a lot of challenges, Bobby, especially depth and injury. If we have problems there, that's why I said this team can completely implode by week 3 because of our depth issues. They are so bad right now, it's not even funny. And, I don't think Miami was ready to be dealing with a lot of things, that they were not used to dealing with. You got to get that young talent in there, though. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I want to see if the teams, their new fight, I guess you might call it. I want to see if their new fight and McDaniel can get through these things that have been bothering them. Is it going to translate to the field against the talented Lions squad now? Lions aren't, they're no slack. They're no slack right now. They have a team. Um, so those are the kind of things I'm going to be looking for, like Malik Washington, Jalen Wright,
Shout out
Aaron.
to Malik and Taj Washington. Taj Washington had himself a game last week. I mean, this is a guy who there was some high expectations for him last year, and he got injured and didn't get to play. And my goodness, I mean, the Washington, they're not brothers, but the Washington brothers were solid. And I mean,
Why?
and
One of
it,
them's white?
what?
You said they're not brothers. I said, why? Is one of them white?
No, they're not brothers. You're trying to be funny? um,
Oh, now you're
anyway,
laughing. Now you're
anyway,
laughing.
anyway. I agree. First off, shout out to Scotty. Scotty says that McDaniel said that the starters will not play today. So, I do agree with Scotty that I
Mm-hmm.
would like to see Quinn Ewers start today. Kind of get
That would
himself
be kind of
with the
cool,
number.
wouldn't it?
Yeah, they get him to go with the number 2s, and then roll in with the number, and then see what, and then let Zach Wilson get with the number 3s. That way, we kind of see maybe Quinn with some, more experienced guys and whatever. Look, I don't need to see the starters. I said that last week. I'll say it again. We don't need to see the starters. We know what we have in these guys. We know what they could do and what they've done. I want to see the backups. I do want to see the Zach Wilson and the Quinn Ewers and the Ollie Gordon, Malik and Taj Washington,
The Washington brothers.
Armstrong. I want to see Nick Westbrook, who had a solid play last week as well. Zeke Biggers, and see more of that
Biggers.
backup offensive line.
You
That was the scary part right there. That backup offensive line, which Fish Tank has just emphasized earlier. Again, if one of these guys go down, we already have one guy, which is Austin Jackson. If one of these guys go down, Miami is screwed. just because, I mean, you saw what was going to go down. The cornerback position, that's huge this week. That's huge this season. How do those guys step up? Does Cam Smith step up? Does Jason Marshall in his rookie year surprise a lot of people? Very interesting to see. Supposedly,
we have a lot of questions, and hopefully we get a lot of definitive answers. That's what we do every year, Bobby. We roll into the season with a bunch of questions. Year after year. That's what's been happening to us.
Yeah.
And I just sit here dumbfounded on how Greer let our roster get to the point it is right now. This should not be. We should not look the way we currently look, getting ready in preseason games with our backups, etc. I'm concerned. And me, I usually go into the season very positive, but like you said, the depth, it's not there. It's not there, and we're going to get smacked around once we need those folks.
I understand that. That's something that I brought up last week with Adrian in regards of Miami's depth situation, and we saw that kind of poke its ugly head during the game. That on the front side, Miami, when you look at on paper, it's a decent roster, especially the offensive side of the ball, part of the defense, the D line, linebackers look really good. But when you start going behind that, you start looking at the backups, that's when you start going, whoa, wait a second. Who's that?
Yeah.
So, yeah, Sammy said it, right? Even Hank is worried. And now he's very worried. So, Hank, I have to ask you because, you go up and down sometimes with the record until we hit the season. Are you up
Bobby,
or down
I
right
go
now?
up and down a lot, even though
I know. I think you had 11 wins. The last time we talked,
I might have been at 15. Who knows?
Where are you now? Where are you now?
I'm right here with you.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, look, folks, this one's real easy. All right, we don't have depth. Our cornerbacks are so questionable. It's not even funny. Yeah, I'm not feeling good, Bobby. I'm not feeling good right now. I'm talking like 9 wins right now. That's how I feel right now, Bobby. If we get 9 wins, I'll be happy.
Well, and that's where you started. We both started at 9 and 8 when we first got our schedule. So you're back where we started.
With all these issues, Bobby, and that's what I told you. I'm going to get more and more positive as long as I don't see us falling apart. And we're already starting to fall apart, and the season hasn't even started. So, there's a lot of positives we could take away from practice and pregame and all that. But, you'd only be kidding yourself if you think that we have enough people on this team to keep us covered and keep going all year. We just don't have anybody to do that. Now, is Greer going to magically somehow pull somebody out of his butt and have him cover everything on our team? Nope, he's not. So, what are we going to do? What are we going to do, Bobby? That's my question to you, Bobby. What are we going to do if another person goes down? What's going to happen? What do you think our team success rate will be if we lose one of these important pivotal players that we currently need? What do you think's going to happen?
Next man up. Next man up. That's it. I mean, so, first of all, I haven't changed my prediction at all because of the issues that Miami has in the secondary and whatever it is. I'm cautiously optimistic. Okay,
I'm trying to open this
fresh
comic,
start. Let's
Bobby.
ride.
See this? I have a comic.
I see it.
I'm hoping it's not a naked woman.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that on air. The But I'm at 9 wins. I'm staying at 9 wins. And if a guy goes down, next man up, because we got to see what we have in these guys. That's why I really want to see the backups today. I'm very excited about getting a chance to see, the Storm Ducks, Ethan Bonner. Bonner had a very good game last week, but Ethan Bonner, Cam Smith, Jason Marshall, my goodness, the safeties, Trader. You think about the I've heard a lot of good things about Jordan Phillips, our rookie defensive tackle. They got a couple in the mid rounds. He's been really showing up. I want to see again. I do want to see, even though I know it scares everybody, I do want to see our backup offensive line because I do want to see those guys show up and show out. And this season for me, I just want to say, I'm not going to go nuclear because we already know what the bad stuff is. We know it's there. I'm not going to go overhyped because we know what the good things are. We also know what the Dolphins are. They're in the middle. They could go this way or they could go that way. Okay. My thing is to go a game at a time. A game at a time. Next man up. This season is called the big word that goes next to this season. No excuses. Oh, Austin Jackson went down. Okay. Who's the backup? Chris Greer, you sign our backup. That's our guy. You better hope he steps up. There's no excuse. I don't want to hear anything after the season. You go, oh, but so-and-so went down, and that guy went down, and this guy went down. Well, that's why you go and you got to get players who are ready to step up and play. And Scotty's not wrong. There's a lot of teams that struggle with depth. You can't get a good player or a decent player for every position. But that's when coaching comes into play. That's when coaching matters. So what does Mike McDaniel do and his staff when a player goes down? Is the next guy up ready to go? Because when Tua went down last year, our backup quarterbacks were not ready to go. Skylar Thompson, Mike White, crapped the bed.
Yeah.
Those guys, Skylar Thompson regressed from his first season. So if and when, God forbid, Tua goes down, is Zach Wilson or Quinn Ewers ready to step up, step in, and play? And play good enough for us to win a game? If Patrick Paul goes down, is Keon Smith or whomever ready to step up and play some decent football? That's when coaching matters. That's when you're looking. So absolutely, right? We could go, oh, but depth is an issue everywhere. You're right, Scotty. Scotty's 100% right, Fish Tank. But that's when coaching comes into play. It's not just having all the best players and we're winning games and now you're a good coach. Bullcrap. It's easy to win when you have great players. But what happens when shit gets real? Sorry, guys. What happens when things get real? What happens? It's too early. I didn't mean to do that. This is FTSN in the morning, in the early afternoon. I shouldn't be doing that. My apologies to those who are tuning in right now. But
yeah, see you, Bobby. You said you're not worried, you're not upset, and look at you. You're throwing curse words everywhere.
I know. I'm just fired up. All I'm saying is that's when coaching comes into play. That's when you realize, like, hey, okay, we don't have the best guy. Oh crap, this guy stepped up, man. Wow, you look at leave the cussing. So anyway, I think you guys get the point. Sorry.
Hey, Bobby, you leave that cussing for your kids at home.
Yeah. Oh man. But anyway. I'm just excited. As we digress. I'm excited for this season. I am, I'm excited because it's a fresh start. It's a new season. Okay. Yeah. I want some guys to come in and surprise us. Dollar in the store jar. I know. I will. If I had $1 somewhere. Let me see. I got one in here. I'll pull it up. But
you're lying. You know you got pennies.
Broke it. But I'm excited. And let me see. I'm good with Devon Achin. Achin doesn't need to play today. I want to see a lot of Ollie Gordon and a lot of Jalen Wright. Jalen Wright has to show up and show out today. I do want to see a lot of him. Jesus. Show up and show out. The tight end position, Darren Waller. That is one guy I would like to see. I don't know if we're going to get to see him or not, But I like to see him before the season starts. See if he could be in midseason form. I want to see Tanner Connor. I want to see what those young tight ends can do, or those tight ends can do, and see if we can feel good about him. The edge rushers, again, Chubb, Phillips. I'm okay with them sitting out. I don't need to see them. I know what they can do. They looked good last week. Mo Kamara, that's who I want to see. Murphy, I really want to see him. Those are guys I want to see. And so, yeah, let's see how they come in and step out. I understand the concerns about the depth situation in Miami. Absolutely. We should be. That is a career problem. And I understand every team has depth problems, but it's a constant thing with Miami. But again, what do good teams do when they have issues at depth or a guy goes down? Next man up. It happened with the Patriots for so many years. It happened with the Steelers for so many years. A guy would go down, and that's it. And all of a sudden, another guy comes in and goes, where the hell did that guy come from? It's not that somehow, some way that GM found some magic ball and found a great player, and maybe he did. But a lot of times it's the coaching. And so it does fall on our coaching staff. What did they do to bring these players and get them ready for game day? So if a situation goes down, if Tua goes down, Zach Wilson's ready to come in and play, or Quinn Ewers.
Yeah.
If Devon Achane, knock on wood, goes down, Ollie Gordon, Jalen Wright come in and show out. If one of our offensive linemen goes down, can the next guy come up and step up and play well enough to know his assignment and just do enough to make sure our guy could get the ball out in time? It goes the same thing with our defense. With Anthony Weaver. Right now, him and the secondary coach are going to have to work magic with that secondary. Does Weaver, what he does with the whole defense is, okay, what can I do to make their job easier, make them ready for game day to make the big players, but make their job easier? Okay, defensive line coach, we need to get to the quarterback. We need to make the quarterback make mistakes. We need to make interceptions and ball deflections easier. So that way we can make our young secondary or inexperienced secondary better and negate that flaw in our defense. And then it goes to the secondary coach. If we see Jason Marshall have himself a season, if we see Cam Smith all of a sudden become something other than what he's been, we're going to go, damn, our secondary coach stepped up. He was ready to go. So that's what I'm watching. I'm watching that this year. That's what I'm watching with our young guys in this preseason this week and next week. How do they step up? And what does our coaching staff do to put them in a successful position? That's what's going to matter. I'm not worried anymore about, and this is not a knock on anyone, I'm not worried about what we did last year. I'm not worried about what we did in the offseason. That's over. That's in the past. I'm worried about today. Now, everything's there, Fish Tank. We can't change what happened in the offseason. We can't sign magically someone off free agency, last year or this offseason. We could still sign someone, and that's on career. But I'm worried about what's on the roster. And now it's on our coaching staff to make the best out of what we got, to put these guys in successful positions. So that's what I'm looking forward to. And my prediction has not changed. I've been at 9 wins, right? And that because I told you first. 9 wins. That hasn't changed. They get more than that, awesome. They get less than that, we got a big problem. There's a big problem. So it is what it is. Let's ride it out.
I just went in a big circle, Bobby. I'm right back where I was.
That's right. Whoa, right back.
Let me show you what I got in, Bobby.
Okay.
Ooh,
oh, that's sick.
That is
really nice.
Copy of Tupac. This is
Mickey Mouse?
Willie. They call him Willie.
Okay.
But that's an artist proof 101 medal. And then I got a picture of us.
Of us?
Yes.
What's that?
And I'm telling you, you can be Batman all day because I'm the other guy.
Oh, there you go. That is awesome. Hey, I'm a Batman guy, man. I'm down with that. This is sick.
Embossed. See it?
That is so cool, man. That is so cool. I got to watch. I have not seen yet. I got to watch the new Superman. I want to watch Fantastic Four, but I got to watch the new Superman. It's finally on digital, but it's still like $30. I'm not paying $30 to rent it, but I really want to see it. I cannot wait when it drops so I can watch that. But yeah, on Whatnot, which I'm sure Fish Tank, that's where you got it. Is that where you got your stuff on Whatnot?
I get it everywhere, Bobby. I go to people's personal sites. The artists will send me stuff. The people that work for the artists, like the distributors and everybody, they contact me and let me know when something's coming out.
Yeah, I got from this side. Yeah, you can see it. I got from Whatnot, a Devon H and Auto 8x10 there. I started filling up my wall there, and I'm gonna actually take these down, paint the wall, and do some. And then up here, I don't know. Can anybody recognize that guy all the way up here above Devon H? I don't know if you can really see it too good. It's dark to me.
I don't have my glasses on, so no, I can't see.
That's a Ricky Williams auto. That's a Ricky, man. I was ecstatic when I got a Ricky Williams auto. I was like, I don't care. I set myself a limit, but I went. And then up here, above me and Ralphie Boy, that's a new one I put up. Me and Ralphie Boy up there is Aaron Ackblad from the Florida Panthers holding up the Stanley Cup auto. So yeah, that's something from Whatnot, which is really cool. If you guys don't know about it, go check it out. It's a fun thing to do, and it's addictive. But I'm setting up my wall. I love going on there, and I get trading cards, but sports cards. But I'm starting to get autos, and I really like them. I got some jerseys from there too. So, but anyway, I digress. Fish Tank, what player? Give me 3 players you really look forward to watching today, and you want to see step up.
Oh, that's easy. Phillips, Grant, and our 2 cornerbacks.
Okay. So, which corners are we talking about? Storm Duck and Bonner, Cam Smith, and Jason Marshall?
Like you said, whoever's there right now, Bobby. I just want to see something good happen.
So, for me, I want to see how Quinn Ewers responds. I want to see how he responds after last week. So I definitely want to see out of him. You could say both quarterbacks, really, Zach Wilson and Quinn Ewers, but I really want to see how Quinn Ewers steps up. Ollie Gordon and Jalen Wright, 1 and 2. I want you could put either one there, but I want to see Ollie Gordon continue to do what he showed last week. I want to see a bigger game since he'll have a lot more time, and I want to see Jalen Wright really show up. I want to see how that decisiveness goes, the patience when he hits the holes. And then corner. How does our corner step up? Yeah, offensive line is huge. I want to see those guys do what they do. I want to see if they got better, the backups, but I want to see what our corners can do. I want to see some, it doesn't have to be interceptions every time, but ball deflections, things like that. That's what I want to see out of this game today. And then, of course, we got the Jaguars at home next weekend. So that's going to be looked forward to. And we got real football. Heck yeah.
Yo, Elwood, you're right on the Steamboat Willie. Definitely. That's why I say they just call him Willie now, I guess.
Oh, that is Steamboat sure. Willie. You're right. Elwood. Yeah. Okay, that's right. He did
the first Mickey Mouse.
Wow, Scotty.
And they turned him into Tupac.
That looks really cool, man. I don't know why White wouldn't play unless he's hurt. He hasn't earned any non-playing time in a preseason game. He did not show up he has not showed up. He didn't show up last week. He didn't play well, and he hasn't done enough to play well in training camp. So he definitely needs to come in and play because there's high expectations for him from all of us. So I hope he plays, and I hope we see enough of him to feel better about it going into the season because obviously they're going to want to get those younger guys or those guys that just camp bodies. But again, they're camp bodies. We need to see White and we need to see Ollie Gordon today, but we'll see. Adrian says he thinks White will have a better game today. I want Newfoundland. I get that point, brother. I want to see McD call a sensible game. Fair enough. Scotty says that he does not see, or he saw that Mike Daniels said the starters will not play today. So, which is fine with me. With Mattinson's injury, they are going to protect Achen and White. I think they're going to protect Achen, but I'm okay with it. We'll see how that plays out. But anyway, we are about 23 minutes away from game day. I'm excited. My son and my daughter are waiting for me over there on the couch to catch the game. We're going to get going there in a second. Tyreek Black is another tall receiver that has been making plays. Absolutely. Talking about that, Again, Nick Westbrook, Armstrong, looking forward to seeing them. The Washington, Taj and Malik Washington. After last week, I'm really looking forward to seeing what they can do. McDaniel said he's not playing the number ones. Not really sure what number ones means, though. Yeah, I'm with you, Scotty. Yeah, we don't know who the number ones are. So I mean, we know Tua, Tyreek, Waddle.
It's so funny, Bobby. I mean, we don't at this point in time. We don't know what's going to happen. I just hope we see a lot of positive between this preseason and the next. And I might be able to go to the next preseason, maybe. I don't know. I haven't talked with my wife yet, but we might go.
So there you go. Yeah, Chop and Phillips are not dressed today. That makes absolute sense to me. I think I don't want to, we don't have to see them again. I want to see Mo Kamara today. I want to see Grayson Murphy. I want to see those guys step up. We have ones, then 9s and 10s. Gosh. Anywho, my goodness. Anywho,
Evan, you were on the money for that one.
Evan usually is. He's in mid-season form. So before we wrap this up, we're going to talk about something that's very important, not just for Dolphin fans, but for everybody, and that's the fight against cancer. I've registered for my 3rd Miami Dolphins Cancer Challenge. I will be traveling down to Miami with the Worldwide Dolphins fans group, which is led by the incomparable Big E, who's battling cancer himself right now. So prayers up to Big E and 305 Sports Babe, Ashley. Those are our team captains. We have raised last year, we raised about $42,000 of the $15 million raised by last year by the Dolphins Cancer Challenge. So we are closing in on $100 million to fight cancer. It goes to Sylvester Cancer Center. Every dollar goes to Cancer Sylvester Center to research and fight cancer. And what's the biggest news out of this is that Tristan Fish Tank, my son, has joined me and registered to do this. He is raising money.
Wow.
He's raising money. He's going to travel down with me and walk the 5K in February at Hard Rock. He told me it means so much to him. He's and he's going to walk for family members and friends who are fighting cancer. He wants to walk for Big E. Big E plans on being there to ring the bell. So I look forward to seeing Big E there. But Tristan's already raising money at school. He got, I was really happy to see it because I didn't know if he really would say anything, but his teacher left him a little envelope and left him $5, which $5 is better than nothing. Every dollar counts. Yeah. Every dollar counts. So she wrote a nice little letter and she said, and they said to me when I went to go see the school for orientation, they said, Tristan's coming to us and saying that he's raising money for cancer research and walking in the DC Dolphins Cancer Challenge. And we're very proud of him. And so I'm very proud of my son. So shout out to Tristan. But guys, hey, look, each and every one of us, some of us, watching, I'm sure we all have battled cancer one way or another, whether personally or by someone we know. Okay. I've had family, my uncle Joey, my grandfather, great grandparents, of course, but my grandfather, my great grandparents, friends, my wife's side, old coworkers who I miss, Doug Fouts and Lisa, all passed away from cancer. I know my mother battled cancer. She's a survivor. Thank God. We've all had cancer touch us and affect us personally. So I tell you, take it personally. Join the fight. Okay. Scan this barcode or go to my Twitter. Hit that link. Donate whatever you can. Any dollar amount is appreciated and it goes straight to cancer research. Let's take the fight to cancer. If you go, man, I'll donate this, but I really want to participate, or I can't really donate, then sign up. You don't have to go to Miami and walk. You could walk from home. You could walk virtually. If you're in Delaware, New York, Texas, Canada, wherever, you could register and raise money. That's just as huge. So do me a huge favor, guys. Do it for someone you love. Do it for your friends. Do it for Big E. Do it for those that we know that's lost to cancer, and take the fight to cancer. Take it personally. Donate today. It doesn't go to me. It doesn't go to Worldwide Dolphin fans. It doesn't go to anyone. It goes to the Sylvester Cancer Center for the University of Miami for cancer research and to fight cancer. It's very important.
Hey, Bobby.
Yeah.
You know, you and me, we're like kind of halfway buddies and all that, you know. Sometimes I feel like we're a little closer to three-quarter, but I know we're at least halfway. And I don't usually share what's going on with me, but I want to throw an emphasis on Bobby's point. You know, I'm one of those lucky people. Um, I have the military and the VA and whoever I need to take care of me if I get cancer. And, you know, there's a lot of people out there that don't have that. And, you know, families, children, you know, everybody suffers from this.
Yeah.
And I'll give you an example. I have prostate cancer, and I also have asbestos in my lungs that's turning into cancer.
Hmm.
So, you know, cancer can affect anybody and everybody. You never know what's going to happen. You don't know where it's going to come from. And everybody knows with asbestos, once it starts, it doesn't stop. You know, it's little fibers and stuff that cut up your lungs and do all this nice stuff. And there's no way to get rid of it other than cutting it out, of course, but you can't cut out both your lungs. So, you know, for me, I think not only do cancer patients and people that have it need your financial support and a few other things, folks. You also they need more than anything is your support, your kind words, your ability to inspire them, make them smile, enjoy the day, whatever it is. Any little small thing can impact how they
Right.
feel, think, and continue to struggle to get through the day for many of them. So Bobby's not just throwing this out there. This is something near and dear to Bobby, and he takes it very seriously. And when I let Bobby know that I had cancer, he just told me, you know, let me know, you know, what's going on and things like that. So I keep him abreast of it, and you know, for me, I'm a little different, I guess, than most. I get to have a lot of fun with everybody all the time, you know. Um, so mine isn't as bad as other people's. Um, you know, it's just such a hard thing for so many people, and you're losing mothers, fathers, brothers. I mean, anybody you can think of has probably dealt with some form of cancer in their life, whether it's themselves or others. And it's
Yeah.
always seems to be um, a battle that just we can't win yet. So it's important to accept these challenges when Bobby throws them out there.
Appreciate that, Fish Tank. Thank you so much, and for your testimony, my man. You know, I pray for you, and in your, I got your back. But as we wrap this up, and we'll be talking about that. We walk in February and continue to raise money beyond that. But as we go here, before we wrap this up, Fish Tank, let's pretend this is a game that matters. It does. It matters. It's real football for me. I don't care what anybody says. Game prediction, Fish Tank. Let's play some rapid fire here because I know we both want to get out of here and watch this game. First things first. Final score. Who wins and what's the final score? It's preseason, I know, but still.
You know, I actually think Zach and Quinn, I think they might light it up today. I'm going to
Ooh.
give our team a 28-21 victory today.
There you go. All right. There you go. Scotty, do you run, walk, or bike? I walk, brother. I walk.
Thumbs up,
I would
everybody.
love to bike, but it's with my hip. I still ride bike, obviously, for exercise, but I have what do you call it? A torn labrum. So if I bike too far, that will start to act up. So I walk. And I plan on walking again. I walk with Ian, Big E, Ashley, 305 Sports Babe, and the crew there for our group. So Scotty, man, if you're in the area, brother, please, if you want to join us on that, that'd be awesome to meet you and to walk with you, my brother. But yes, I do the 5K.
Yeah, I'm one of those people that's old and I got injuries, so I don't do it.
That's okay. That's okay,
I wish I could do it with you, bro. I really wish I could. I guess I could. I have a little electric scooter, and maybe I'll get that and go with you one day. I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, again, and this is the thing too. If you don't, you donate, I should, for anybody, just donate whatever you want to donate. Just donate, whether it's $5 or 100 or whatever. Right now, I'll tell you what, I am partnering. I want to say this. I am partnering with, for those who are local in Miami that have family and children, I have partnered with the Miami Children's Museum. And you could scan that barcode from earlier to get to my page. And let me throw that back up. I'm partnering with the Miami Children's Museum. And they've donated a year family membership to the Miami Children's Museum. And let me pull this up. And if whatever you donate, what I'm doing is I'm making a raffle. You could donate $15 and get a ticket. You can donate $75 and get 20 tickets. And then we'll choose a winner right before game day. And a lucky person will be able to bring their family all year long to the Miami Children's Museum. Let me make sure I have this. I want to see. So what this is, what they're getting is unlimited admission to 2 designated adults, 2 complimentary one-day guest passes, 10% discount on camps, parties, gift shop, and gift memberships, exclusive invitation to special events, experiences, and previews, and unlimited admission to up to 4 children. So 2 adults and 4 children. That's 6 people. And then you get complimentary one-day guest passes. So this is an awesome thing. It's a $200 value family membership to the Miami Children's Museum. So if you have family, if you live in South Florida, you live in the Miami area, this is right there near in Miami Beach, next to the Heat's State Arena, I believe. But just imagine if you just donated $15 and you get a ticket, and then you win a $200 value family membership to the Miami Children's Museum, and you have all the guest perks of that. Then other people are paying $200 for this, and you're paid it for $15, and you're doing it for a great cause. Think about that. So that's really cool. You'll see it more information on my page. I'm so thankful for the Miami Children's Museum for donating this package and for partnering up with me to do this. So thank you. I just want to throw that out there. I just remembered, and I feel bad I forgot, but that's a perk. But yeah, if you donate, great. If you want to walk or ride bike, awesome. And or scooter. And even if you don't, you can't if you can't do any of that, you could just go. You show, I think you get some guest passes and you can hang out and support the riders or the bikers or the walkers or the runners and get to enjoy the day. So, and support those who do it. So that's something too. But anyway, Sammy has it for the Lions today. He says the Lions will, they want to be the preseason champions. We don't. He has a 31-17 Lions. That's awesome, Scotty. He walks too. Scotty, I hope I meet you, brother. Finstanza has it 28-2. There he is. Midseason form, Finstanza. Watch your pregame and they're trying to see who's dressed. There you go. That I'll tell you though, Sammy makes sense. I could see the Lions trying to say, "Oh, we got to win this game," or hee-haw, ooh-ah, whatever you want to call it. But I think the Dolphins backup step up today. I think that Miami could win this game. I think it left a sour taste in their mouth to go tying the game last week, which was surprising to me. But I think the Dolphins would do it. I think Jalen Wright and Quinn Ewers are going to have a solid game, and I want to see at least one interception from one of our young corners. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that about wraps us up. We're about 8 minutes from game time, because we're going to wrap this up and I'm going to hop off quick. I'll say bye to Fish Tank first before I hop it off. But I appreciate all of you. I'm not done today. I'll be back. Of course I will. 5 p.m. Eastern time. No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast with my tag team partner, Josh Kimmel. So if you love wrestling, tune on in. We're going to do our way too early WrestleMania predictions. So join us for that fun episode. That's the one and only Fish Tank Hank. I'm Bobby Finstock. Dolphin fans, like, subscribe, and most importantly, as always, fins up. See you guys next week.